You are in transit. The engine is engaged, the doors are locked. The world outside is loud, chaotic, and disorganized, but inside this vehicle, you are establishing a perimeter. You have 10 minutes before you walk into the building, 10 minutes before the emails, the meetings, and the demands of other people start chipping away at your focus. Today, we are not just building a defense, we are building a code. Welcome to Drive to Ascend. Hundreds of years ago, the samurai of feudal Japan operated under a strict, unwritten code of conduct called Bushido, the way of the warrior. It was not a philosophy of comfort, it was a philosophy of absolute, unyielding action in the face of chaos. It was designed for men who had to make decisions, knowing that hesitation meant death. You are not fighting on a physical battlefield today, but make no mistake, your attention, your integrity, and your time are under constant assault. The modern workplace is a battlefield of attrition. It wears you down not with swords, but with ambiguity, endless delays, and compromises. Today, we are taking 3 tenets of Bushido and weaponizing them for your modern environment. These are your 3 protocols for the day. Listen closely. Protocol 1. Makoto, absolute sincerity. In the modern office, words are cheap. People say they will look into it. They say they will get back to you. They make vague promises and give half answers to avoid conflict. It is a culture of hesitation and empty noise. The samurai operated under the principle of Makoto, which translates to complete sincerity or absolute honesty. But it goes deeper than just telling the truth. In Bushido, speaking and doing are the exact same action. If a samurai said he would do something, the act was considered already complete. There was no gap between the word and the execution. Think about the sheer force of a person who operates like that today. When you walk into work, you will encounter people who operate in the grey area. They will be vague. They will stall. Your first protocol today is to strip the grey area out of your vocabulary. If someone asks you for a deliverable, do not say, "I'll try to get it done." Do not say, "I'll see what I can do." You assess the request and you give a binary answer. Yes, I will deliver this by 1400. Or no, I do not have the bandwidth for this today. When you align your words perfectly with your actions, you become an immovable object in a room full of people who are bending. People will stop bringing you trivial noise because they know you only deal in absolute execution. Today, your word is an iron contract. Do not speak unless the action is guaranteed. The halfway check. Check your posture, unclench your jaw, drop your shoulders. You're halfway to your destination. The chaos of the workday is approaching, but your mind is solidifying. Let the vehicle move you forward. Focus on the next coordinate. Protocol 2. Mayo, the weight of the name. The modern worker is highly prone to doing the bare minimum. If no one is watching, corners are cut. If the boss is out of the office, the output drops. This happens because most people tie their effort to external validation. They work hard for the paycheck, for the promotion, or to avoid getting reprimanded. The samurai tied their effort to Mayo, honor. But this wasn't about seeking glory. Honor in Bushido was the heavy realization that your name was permanently attached to everything you touched. Your output was a direct reflection of your bloodline, your master, and your own soul. Doing a task poorly wasn't a professional mistake, it was a personal failure. You are a professional. The spreadsheets you build, the emails you send, the meetings you run, they all carry your name. Your second protocol today is to execute every single task as if it is going to be framed and hung on a wall with your signature at the bottom. It does not matter if the task is tedious. It does not matter if the client is difficult. You do not lower your standards because the environment is flawed. If you are producing an analysis, you make it airtight. If you are drafting a plan, you make it flawless. You're not doing this for the company. You're not doing this for the manager. You're doing this because you refuse to attach your name to garbage. When you divorce your effort from external reward and attached entirely to your own internal standard of honor, you become immune to the friction of a bad workplace. You operate at a high level because that is simply who you are. Protocol 3. Heroic courage. Courage in the modern world is misunderstood. People think it means taking massive, reckless risks. But in the context of your daily grind, courage looks much quieter and much harder. In Bushido, heroic courage is the willingness to do what is right even when it is deeply uncomfortable. The samurai believed that hiding behind the safety of the crowd was an act of cowardice. Today, you are going to be in a meeting or on a call, and someone is going to suggest a plan that you know is flawed. The easy path, the path most people take, is to stay quiet, to nod along, to let the bad idea happen because speaking up causes friction. Your third protocol is to embrace the friction. If you see a structural flaw, you call it out. If a timeline is impossible, you state it plainly. You do not attack the person, but you ruthlessly attack the problem. It takes you to look a superior in the eye and tell them the data does not support their conclusion. It takes you to take responsibility for a failure instead of blaming a subordinate. Do not hide in the safety of silence today. If it needs to be said, you are the one who says it. The arrival. You're nearing your destination. The drive is coming to an end. You started this commute preparing for a typical disorganized day. You're leaving this vehicle armed with a code. Before you pull the keys from the ignition, run through your 3 protocols. Makoto, speak only in absolute. Your word is the action. Meio, your name is on everything you touch. Elevate your standard, you. Do not hide in silence, address the friction directly. The world expects you to compromise today, to blend in, to take the easy path. Disappoint them, turn the engine off, step out of the vehicle, ascend.